This video is basically about why we need to shut down West Point, why we need to shut down the Naval Academy, why we need to shut down the Air Force Academy. And I don't even know if there's any more of that shit out there. We shut all that shit down. I am on a fucking roll, so I figured I'd just keep making videos. And so, again, like I said in previous videos, I'm trying to start my veteran news channel concept here, but I've had some planning and organizational issues. So what I'm going to do is just keep making solo videos for a little while until I get all that sorted out. I said before that I don't want to make videos by myself talking about the news, and I don't, because that's boring, but I will make videos complaining about the military by myself, which I've been doing for a very long time. So I'm pretty much going to keep going on with that. And as we get deeper into the issues that I have with the way things are going on, then, that's going to set the tone for what's going to happen here. Because I think a lot of it was up in the air, and I was having a lot of group discussions with other people. And so my message wasn't really totally getting across, but I'm going to deliver my message first. Then we're going to sort everything out, get the show started, get everything set up, and we'll start writing from there. The show is shaping up to be really good. Our graphics are really good. Animation's good. Audio. I've got a good team. I was working on the budget today, and it's pretty ambitious to do this 4 times a month with different people each time. Some of these channels can do that. They have, 2 guys, and it's the same 2 guys every week or whatever. It's easier to schedule stuff like that. But having rotating people coming in and to deliver fresh content and everything is going to be a little challenging. So I'm going to make that happen. But in the meantime, I need to deliver some of my ideas and expound on them a little bit more, especially about the officers, right? So this video is basically about why we need to shut down West Point, why we need to shut down the Naval Academy, why we need to shut down the Air Force Academy. And I don't even know if there's any more of that shit out there. We shut all that shit down. And this isn't a new idea that I've had. I've had this for a while. I made a video, obviously not super popular, anyone saw it or anything, but I made a video called New Era Military, which is after Afghanistan, and based on my plan of how to reform some of this stuff. I have a lot of different ideas, but basically shutting down these military academies is so important because they don't provide anything of value, and they are staffed with government socialist professor types, and they're fusing all of these military officers together and essentially anointing them as some protected special class of government official or something. Like you came from this, thing. And then, the selection process is like the congressmen are picking who's going. And then, it's just a legacy old system that is fucking the country over. And I've identified this, and I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with me. That's fine. Like, I get that you guys and gals had some good times there, and you learned physics or whatever, and you did your marching around on the field or whatever happens up there. But I have respect for all the people that went there. The people who are honorable Americans coming out of these academies, obviously respect them. And they're young, and they're going in, and they need education and all this and that. But doing it in this way feeds into the problems in the officer system and the way that leaders are picked in the military, and then the way that authority is dished out across the military, which all that needs to change. Basically, everything needs to change because none of it is working. We just have this big bloated military, and we just give it all these missions, keeping it busy all over the world so that we think that it's, super effective and we're getting all this for our money, but we're not. We are driving straight into, military Armageddon because we're not ready. I mean, in past wars, the people who had the dominant army who were about to get trounced didn't think that their big, powerful army was going to get trounced, but it did because things have changed. Conditions have changed. We are not ready for what's coming next. And we need new leadership. First off, we need leaders in the military who are not as old as they are, younger leaders. We need more female leaders. We need selection of leaders. That's one of my ideas. I got my book right here. Let's just skip right ahead to that. So that is recruit leaders from U.S. universities, normal colleges, not the academies. That shit has to end. Okay, we just get young Americans. There's nothing that an ROTC program at the university of wherever can't teach that what West Point is doing so much of a better job at. It's an indoctrination network. It's a military privilege network. It's a governmental privilege network. It's contributing to groupthink. It's contributing to the degradation of the military. No one person is to blame for it. It is a system that I am indicting explicitly. Okay, the officer system needs to go. West Point needs to go. Naval Academy needs to go. U.S. Air Force Academy needs to go. All these places need to go. Military recruiting is failing. Okay, we cannot have this anymore. We put all this into these officers, and there's no selection. You're just picking them based on their GPA or, the fact that they have a college degree versus not having a college degree. That's an economic discriminator. The best leaders are not going to be the rich kids, are not going to be the I got a college degree from somewhere people. Okay, the best leaders, a lot of them might be in the lower social economic class. Okay, they might be in the enlisted. A lot of times you have some dipshit officer and all the enlisted are way better leaders. Okay? We can't do it this way anymore. We need to select leaders through a Delta Force selection style course. Young people, irregardless of their education level, because we're selecting them for leadership potential. We're not selecting them because they went to college. Okay? You can send anyone to fucking college. You can't train anyone to be a leader, and I've seen it on the battlefield. Some people are fucking hopeless, okay? And they don't belong anywhere in charge of anything, okay? Not even anything, all right? We will rebuild this, okay? We have to change it now before, the whole military gets wiped out by robots or alien invasion or whatever's coming for us, Russian nuclear torpedoes. I mean, this system is putting the people in charge who are not the people who should be in charge of the military. And they are all controlled. They are the ass puppets of the defense corporations and all their, little buddies in the rolly chairs over in the office buildings across the river. We need to change this by shutting down these universities, right? Because we have enough officers. We're not hurt for officers. We're hurt for enlisted. We're hurt for good young Americans that want to work, enlisted in the military.